Pablo, targeted for death by two assassins, and Alfred enter the terrifying Labyrinth, a prison maze guarded by fearsome creatures. Meanwhile, the Lord of the Nexus raises an army from the dead to attack the Titans. Hello and welcome to Liam's Lyceum. I'm your host, Liam, aka Hemvar, and today I'll be doing a spoiler-free review of Margaret Weis's and Tracy Hickman's Into the Labyrinth. Into the Labyrinth is a 1993 novel by Margaret Weis and Tracy Hickman. It is book 6 in the Deathgate cycle, and this is, while technically the penultimate novel, really feels like the ultimate one, as the last novel is kind of just downhill from it. Not to say it's bad, we'll talk about the last novel when we get there, but this is really it, right? This feels like a very satisfying place to finish the series, and they just, I don't know, feel like they added that 7th one because there are 7 gates, and so 7 books. It was cool, right? Anyways, this one starts with necromancy in the Lazars back on Abarak, the world of stone and the world of the dead. Xar of the Patron is there to learn the cursed magical art, and he is warned against this, but he and Haplo have separated quite a bit at this point. So, obviously, Xar is the bad guy, right? He is learning of the survival of Sama, the chief of the Sartan that sundered the world into the realms. He also gets hints of the great serpents who are currently serving him. Also, there is a 7th gate where the Sartans supposedly use their magic to sunder the world. He is just learning of it now. We also learn some more of the Patron Society, which is unique to living in the Labyrinth. Zifnab is also present and making references to chain smoking and the like. There's also an odd scene that is somewhat sexual near the start. I don't remember such before in the series, but it involves some rune ritual and marriage ceremony apparently. This involves Haplo's child tangentially as well. The story also continues the resurrected Hugh the Hand story. He finds himself in an unwanted contract. He thought he would be killed by the Kinkari, who would want his soul, but he is alive, and even though the one who he works for is Bane, now deceased, he is bound by his organization's ways to kill Haplo by that employment with Bane. His resurrection seems related to a certain probability of futures that you could read about and say something like Sun Eater. Anyways, Limbeck and Jorah are still in the dwarf home on Arianus with the Kiksu Winzi. They are involved in even more understanding, particularly with the worlds and the number 7. Haplo is, of course, present, and so is a dog and Alfred, and much is coming together. There are many characters to follow, and things are truly getting intense from the big build-up we've had in the series. We're getting to the climax, right? The happenings move swiftly, and we see more than Abarak, Arianus, obviously, Celestra and the Labyrinth, and even Priam from Book 2, and characters from that as well, and the enemies of the Titans. We have dragons and dragon snakes, as the cover for us tells, and Zifnab makes references to classified documents in Jeopardy as well. I don't feel like Book 2 is completely useless, largely because of this book, though apparently that was some accusation I had seen from readers before. The themes of good and evil are well explored, actually. I feel like it's obvious that no one is truly either. Humans do not fit into boxes, and whether they're humans or, elves or dwarves. We are not to blame, also, for the faults of our ancestors, and even with an unfair life, you can still find peace with others, and that's nice. Those are some nice lessons to learn. Maybe a little juvenile in a way, but still nice. The magic item in this book and the climax are satisfying, and I think they've nicely set up the finale, though if you just made it a little longer, it probably would have worked as a finale as well. So anyways, while not the greatest series ever, it does definitely fill a certain niche of epic fantasy from, say, like the early 90s. And it's definitely not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad either. And so I'm glad I read it. It's not hard to read anyways. So anyways, I will get you that last book review here soon.